This is Tirupati, July 21st, 1960. Vardacharya రాస్తున్నారు తిరుపతి నుంచి. My dear and revered Gurudev, I must report to you that I experienced that you had asked me to clean the entire series of planets from Pluto to Uranus and Saturn, Neptune and Jupiter on 5th July between 2 and 3:50 am. Indeed, I was forced to get up and sit up for this work. I felt that all this showed to me that the Master is the Master of all worlds, and secondly, that Master has great work before him, which requires a complete overhauling of the machinery of the universe. Some very radical change is imminent for the world as a whole, and the cosmic powers are being got ready. The regions I was moving in were of transcendent grey and streaked with lightning hues. Am I right in my guess? I believe I saw Master's work, not my being bidden to do this work. Master sometimes constantly lead me to depression. This is one of them. I see it nearer home also at universities and temples. Is there any hope of all for India? Is the cleaning of forces of the celestial world and planets a preliminary to purification of the world? I pray that the Divine Master may help the world to get over its darkness and in the correct way, without falling into pit of pseudo Swamijis and by pseudo methods. With loving pranam, yours as body KVC. Shahjahanpur, UP, dated 30th July 1960. My dear Vardacharya, now I come to your letter. You pray for the full experience of the ultimate, and you write in your letter dated 21st July 1960 that the regions you are moving in were transcendental grey with lightning hues. Your Anubhava is entirely correct, and this is one of the experience of the ultimate. But I pray that lightning should also give away. To speak the truth, hardly there may be one or two persons having such a state throughout India, and maybe only in this mission. The saints, no doubt, there are in India, but this marvelous condition will be found nowhere else. This is also a fact that sometimes you are led away towards despondence by the tortuous touch of the world, by the torturous touch of the world. The reason is that you are sensitive like myself, and my temper in the early age coincides with yours. Let us now refine by the grace of God, and you will too find the same in yourself. But as I have written to you, that the bondage of humanity cannot be removed, lest the soul may jump out in the ultimate state. But I tell you that it is by your own force of will that the trouble develops so much. So we should always take the medium course. If it is necessary to take up any problem, we should think its pros and cons, and after coming to any definite decision, we should stick to it. There is every hope for the betterment of India and the world at large. The personality working for the change of the world has almost finished his work, but it is coming very shortly to the earth in material form. Because of it is brought into full swing, the personality will have to depart immediately, as his work will be over. I think I have mentioned it in my previous letter also. You have done well to exert yourself in cleaning the planets just like our world. They also have become charged with the heaviness and grossness. The cleaning of the celestial worlds too is essential, since the overhauling of the entire universe is imminent and destined. You are slowly moving towards the work of nature, which becomes automatic at your level of approach. You might have observed that when the oil of Deepak has exhausted, it gives out a flash before it is extinguished. The same thing is going on here. Our case is that we generally take in people who are wanting in capacity. Most of them do not wait till the capacity for the inrush of grace is developed. That is why some of them walk off after doing it for some time. Sir, Ishwar Sahib shall go through your notes, talks, and after he has finished this work, I think there may be little room for the criticism, since they have come out from the superconscious level of your state. If you recall your condition at time of giving it out, you will find that you are almost in a benumbed state. By yours, Ramchandra. Tirupati, 6th August 1960. My dear Gurudev, the transcendental experience is, however, not yet continuous and steady. The waves of depression are always there, and indeed I am made oblivious of my condition again and again. The constant tendency to withdraw myself into myself is there, and the feeling of extreme tiredness also supervenes both to me and my wife. I am yet unable to understand how my desire for truth or excellence to prevail could cause so much torture to me. However, I leave with so many things to be answered in due course of time as the Anubhava will develop. I am yet in the very dark about the future. It is all thy will, and I believe that what thou said on the first visit will yet prove true. I have of course moved very much since then, and I hope that I will be able to say that I have crossed the rings of splendor and have attained the central being, which is perfection. With loving pronouns, That is the situation. See, this is perfection and all these things. ఎవరో చెప్తే మనకు అనిపించేది కాదు, ఆటోమేటిక్గా మీకు అనిపిస్తుంది. యూ ఫీల్ రియలైజ్ ఆటోమేటికలీ, యూ ఫీల్ ఆటోమేటికలీ. తీసుకోండి. Everything becomes silent, mind becomes silent. Everywhere silence, silence, silence is nothing more. Mauravyakhya prakatita brahma tattvam yuvana avasam brahma nishtai acharya chilmata rupam. See, the soul, Dakshamurti Stavan tells us. So, silence has to come in the mind. There are two sides, mental silence and physical silence. Of course, this is physical silence. If you don't talk, that is physical silence. That's physical silence. But mind will be chattering. What is needed is mental silence. That comes, of course, when samskaras are exhausted. In the light of higher consciousness. This is a progressive process, evolutionary process. So what I mean to say is, everything becomes silent. You don't want to speak anything else. Mind becomes silent. There is no question from the mind that you do not know it. You feel that whatever to be attained has been attained. What has to be attained has been attained. So that is the ultimate state. It is not that somebody has to tell it. It comes automatically. Mind becomes silent. And just as you are seeing your body, you see your mind. What is happening in the mind as thoughts, you observe that. There are stages in that. In the first stage, you identify, observe and identify thoughts. But the next stage, you observe but you do not identify with the thoughts, good or bad, that's a different thing. Siddhamas bhojyam bhokta bhogesh tebhyo vilakshana sakshi chinmatroham sadashiva. Trishu dhamas bhojyam bhokta bhogascha. Trishu means three. Dhama means jagrata, swapna, sushupti. Whatever happens as a karta, karma, kriya, any action, three the components are there. It is different. You feel you are different. You are only sakshi. You see what is happening. You see the karta, you see the karma and kriya. You are only watching it. Sakshi means watching it.
Witness.
Chinmatra. So your nature is pure absolute consciousness. Of course, this is all Vedantic aspect of it. But Babaji Maharaj only goes to explanation by his own experience. Yoga, my yogic, this he says my experience. I am not concerned what Vedas says, Shastras says, Rishis tell, I am not concerned. It is my own experience. He says his yogic experience. So that's a different issue. You feel that Nityoham, Nirvikalpoham, Nirakaroham, Avyaya, Sislananda Rupoham, Brahmayo, Nasamsari, Mukto, Hidibhavet. You feel, Bhava means feeling, you feel. I am eternal, Nityam, Nirvikal, there are no changes in me. I don't have akara, any shape or format. Akara, I am not exhausted. Life is exhausted day to day. Anitya sukham lokam. Life gets exhausted point to point, point to point on the time space causal continuum. We have exhausted everything. I have exhausted 86 years. It is not constant, but it is not that time. Nityam Niraka Satyananda Rupahum. Sat Chit Ananda, pure absolute consciousness, pure absolute and pure Ananda. Rest is the applied aspect. Mind is an instrument which applies, which is there in you. It gets and translates into objective format. That is the thing. Mind is an equipment which causes into objective format. Consciousness is split into name and form. That work is done by the mind. This is a psychic process. So that you can't help it. Shahjahanpur, 1960s, 2nd September 1960. My dear Vardachari, you have written to me that you are waiting for the reply to the questions. I do not know. Is there any other letter containing the questions which might have been misplaced? You do not require any meditation, but I am awaiting the orders from my master for it. Meditation is a method, not an end. Just as staircases are there to reach different places, ultimate, and you completed the climbing of the stairs, you have reached the floor. You need not wait on the staircases for eternally. That's what is meditation. Meditation is like that. So once you reach it, there is no need for meditation. But one thing of course, there are so many things to be done, because Swamiji's case is the transmission to all other people. So in the morning I get up, I do meditation, where I transmit the pranahuti to all, to you and all others also, who are there at the different positions, in different places in the entire world. It is transmitted. Every Saturday, Swamiji transmits to those who have departed from this world, who were there as members of this ashram, but they have left the body and gone. For example, Subbareddy was the original person, very nice person. He is there in the other worlds. Rohit by name, he is there, he is also there. Like the so as a dozen people are there. So every Saturday, transmitted to those in a higher worlds who are there. For pranahuti is given for the further nourishment of their Atman, their ego. That's what I mean to say. Atma doesn't require anything. It is the ego which is conscious of identity. Ego is identity. Consciousness of identity is ego. That is requiring, not the Atman. It is eternal. It doesn't need anything. Neither it gives anything. Om Purnamada Purnamada Purnat Purnamada Purnasya Purna Purnameva Vashishyate. All this is Purna, eternal, full. And what you see, the world, universe, it is also full. When full is removed from full, full remains as full. You understand? that is full, this is full. When this is removed from that, both remains full. That means nothing has happened. It means nothing has happened. Though appears to be happening. That is the Maya. Maya is a fact of experience which gives mental and sensory experience, but not a fact of reality. It's not reality, but gives experience. Just like in the dream. Dream is not a reality, but gives experience, sensory and motor, all experience, just like waking state, dream also waking state. But that is not permanent, that is not, when you come out of dream, you see it's all wrong, you say. In the same way, when you come out of the waking state and read the ultimate reality, you feel this is also like that, like a dream. What we call Jagrata Sushupti. Jagrata Sushupti. Dear Vardachari, you have written to me that you are waiting for the reply to the questions. I do not know. Is there any other letter containing the questions which might have been misplaced? You do not require any meditation, but I am awaiting the orders from my master for it. Your anubhava about your condition that you feel absorbed in the center with the calm feeling is correct. I feel that you are being absorbed in it day by day. Your condition is really inexpressible because the words are wanting. When I meditate on your condition, I feel that the refined of pure grace of God is pouring on you. In other words, you are inhaling what is there in a way that your system is being divinized. You are correct in your judgment that I am always with you and do not leave you even for a moment. If you think of me within, the flow is there. I recall the anubhava of Dr. Kuppuswamy about myself when he saw me infusing divine influence in the universe. May I ask you if you feel the same thing in cleansing the atmosphere which has been poisonous? The work is automatic. If you do not feel, please lie down on the cot quietly and see that the work is carried on. I want to open this condition a little more. Dr. Kuppuswamy, I know very much. I was intimated with him. Tirupati ఇంటికి పోయేవాను. Vardachari Tatpar, he became the head of the Tirupati ashram. So I used to go to him very frequently for paternal sittings and చాలా ఉత్తముడు. He was a successful clinician. రోగులకు బాగా చేసుకున్నాను. చాలా ఉత్తముడు.
ఓపిక ఉందా కూర్చో
ఆపుతాను కొంచెం ఎందుకో